Coder here. Today we'll be solving Leetcode daily day 4. So without wasting any further time, we'll start solving the question. So the question state that we have to find minimum number of operation to make array empty. So basically we are given a zero index array of nums and we can perform only two operation. We can choose two element with equal values and delete them from the array, or we can choose three element of equal value and delete them from the array. And if we have to return the minimum number of operation required to make the array empty, or -1 if it is not possible. So let us quickly see this example. We are given this array and we'll see the explanation quickly. So at first what they're doing, they're removing the indices 0 and 3. So 0 and 3, these two are removed and we are having this 3 3 2 4 2 3 4 array. And similarly then in the next we are removing the index 2 and 4, so we are again removing these two. So now we are left with 3 3 4 4 3 4. So we can just simply remove these 3 altogether and these 2 4 altogether. So total number of operation will be something around 4. So let us quickly observe this question through this example, like what we're supposed to do. So for example, if the count of any number is 1, in that case we can clearly see that we cannot remove any 2 or 3, so if we'll get -1, right? And for the next example, if the count is 2, we can remove this with performing single operation, right? So we can we can select the 2 equal values and remove it from the array. Similarly, if the count is 3, we can again remove this altogether. Three equal numbers, right? So now the catch is here. So for example, if there is 4, if the count of the number is 4, so what we can do is we can perform the first operation, that is we'll remove twice the two equal numbers, right? Two equal numbers, so the number of operation will be 2. So again, if the count is 5, we see that we can remove 2 at first, and then the number with 2 count at first and the number with 3 count later. So we have the minimum count as 2. So again, if we see now, if we look for 6, we'll get we can remove 3 equal element for the first step and again 3 equal element for the second step. So we are getting 3. Now if we let us keep doing it, and we'll see for if the count is 7. So what we can do here is the optimal way will be to remove two equal number in the first step, then again 2 equal number in the second step, then remove 3 in the third step. So basically in what we can do is we can remove 2 plus 2 plus 3. So the total number of count will be minimum count will be 3. Now for the 8 also we can do something similar to this. We'll remove 2. No, what we'll do is we'll remove 2, then we are left with 6. Then we can do 3 plus 3. So we are getting operation as 3. And for 9 we see we can remove 3 plus 3 plus 3. So the total count is again 3. So if we observe this example, so what we can observe here is like if we like any number, any count except 1, if we divide it by 3, and if we divide it by 3, and if we find the seal of it, right? If we find the seal of it, it probably land us to our answer. So like if we see 2 by 3, and if we perform the seal of it, we get 1. 3 by 3, if we perform the seal of it, we get 1. So basically if we write it here, it will be like 2 by 3, and if we perform the seal of it, right? If we do the seal of it, we'll get the value as 1. So similarly, performing for the all other steps, we get the similar answer, right? So for this one, if we do seal of 4 by 3, we'll get 2. And if we do seal of 7 by 3, we'll get the value as 3, right? So this is a pretty simple question. Like we'll keep a count of all the nums, all the number present on the nums, and then we'll if any count is 1, we'll simply return a -1. Else we can do the seal operation and after dividing it by 3. So let us quickly start the coding. We'll define the answer as 0, and then we'll define an unordered map, right? Unordered map of int comma int. Okay, before that, let us quickly see the constraint. So the constraint here is 10 to the power 5, and nums will be anything around 10 to the power 6. So we are good to go with this, right? So now what we'll do is we'll keep the variable count, and now what we'll do is we'll iterate over int of x within this nums, and we'll keep a counter of all the number we are reaching, right? X will be plus plus. So once this step is done, now what we'll do is we'll iterate over this count, right? So for auto, if we can iterate like this, we'll name this variable as count, and what we'll do is we can name this as cnt, right? We can name this as cnt, and we'll iterate over the counter, the count variable. Okay, now if cnt is basically the count of this of all the count of the each numbers. So if the count is equals to 1, we'll simply return -1. Else we don't have to write the else condition. What we can simply do is we'll do answer plus equals to, for the each step we'll do the seal operation as we mentioned, and as we need to store, like we need to keep the double value, we'll define the double. We'll do the explicit conversion, the double of the cnt, and we'll simply divide it by 3. So this is all about the question. We'll just return this answer and we'll check if the test cases are running. Okay, so the test cases are running fine. We'll quickly submit this and see if the problem is, if this answer is submitted successfully. Okay, this got accepted. So now let us quickly observe the time complexity of this question. So we are using extra space of count, which is the unordered map, and we are iterating through the nums through this loop once and again the count through once. So the time complexity will be big O of n, and space complexity, as we're using the unordered map, will be again big O of n. So that is it all about this question, guys. We'll meet again tomorrow. Till then, keep learning and keep practicing. Thank you, guys.